Welcome everybody, I'm Jabby KOAY, joined by SYNTELL KOAY.
What's cracking, baby?
We're looking at another ice cream sandwich video. This one is called I Became an Italian Farmer. I have no idea what the heck he's talking about off the title, but I thought we'd check this out, see how it goes. Being half Italian myself, gotta see what he's talking about. So if you guys haven't already, do me a big favor, hit that subscribe button, bell icon, all notifications, and pretty please vote this up. Let YouTube know you're enjoying what you're watching. While you're subscribing and upvoting and doing all that stuff, subscribe to Ice Cream Sandwich and to SYNTELL KOAY. There are links in the description below. You can find both of those there. All right, let's jump into this.
So last summer, I kind of became an Italian farmer. Unexpectedly. I am from the city, and I don't really know anything about plants or animals, but this opportunity came about when I was talking to a friend.
His little jokes in between always crack me up. He had a moment where he ate a plant and just died.
Summer, I kind of became an Italian farmer, unexpectedly. I am from the city, and I don't really know anything about plants or animals, but this opportunity came about when I was talking to a friend who had another friend who had a farm in Italy. He was looking for people to farm sit while he was away so that his plants and animals don't die while he's gone, which makes sense. My friend just kind of passively was talking about this. I'm like, oh man, that kind of sounds fun. Well, if you want to come, feel free. You just got to get to Italy. This is something I never am going to do. I'm never going to have a farm. I'm never going to invest in my own pigs or cows. In this moment, I knew that I kind of had to say yes because I wanted to know what it's like. Plus, both my parents grew up on a farm, by the way. So I think I have a little farmer DNA in me. It called to me in some kind of way. So I took up the offer and I made my way to Italy. So I get there and here's the farm. The house, which is a large house, is situated here. There's a garage. There are 3 dogs, a bunch of chickens, a trampoline, goats, sheep, some pigs who are separated because of pig drama, a bunch of cats.
What?
Yo, he had the knife.
So it was a full farm. There was a lot to do. I didn't know how this was gonna go, because, again, as a city guy, the hard work I do is at a desk, but I handle the work.
I know that feeling intimately. Oh man, I scream at Adobe Premiere at least twice a day. Just like slamming my head into the desk like, what the fuck? Like neighbors can hear me just lose my shit. Like, why Premiere?
What about you?
Oh yeah, just delete half my shit. Like, I didn't know that happened. And you didn't tell me.
So it was a full farm. There was a lot to do. I didn't know how this was gonna go, because, again, as a city guy, the hard work I do is at a desk, but I handle the work. Well, we got a stack of papers of things to do, which was generally like this. Feed the dogs, but separated, and keep an eye on Bo because he tries to eat others' foods. Feed the pigs, but water down their food into a slop, and keep an eye on the big brother pig because he likes to steal his little brother's food. The kitties need their breakfast, but only fill their food up until the bottom of the bowl is filled because they don't always eat the food from the day before. A cup of feed for the chickens and the roosters, scooch some hay for the sheep, the goats will just eat the grass outside. Then, finally, cut up some veggies from the garden and give it to everybody as a breakfast treat. I think this is really gonna work out because I get really stressed about traveling to places where I don't know the language, but in this situation, I'm on a farm with a great view, so I don't have to worry about stepping on any toes and I can just enjoy the beauty of Italy in the backyard of this small farm. But then I start to hear some yelling. Italian yelling. I look around and see it's their neighbor yelling at me, an old Italian woman. I don't know any Italian. I only speak American. This made me kind of nervous. Does she think we're intruding in her neighbor's home? Is she gonna call the police? Will I get taken away? And what kind of punishments will they subject me to?
They slapped him with pizza. In case you wanted to know, that's a punishment. Take these pepperonis.
The cop slapped him with a pizza.
You're the stupid American.
That is so stupid. Oh man, the way this kid's brain works is hilarious.
Yelling something. And also her dogs were acting like they were ready to feast on my blood. I just kind of wanted to ignore it, but she persisted, and I can't really just sit there pretending like I don't hear anything, because you can definitely hear something. So I approach, and I'm like, hey, I don't speak any Italian. Oh. And she threw a fig at me. And I realized she was sharing her figs. She was still speaking Italian while I tried to catch all the figs. I thought, what am I gonna do with all these figs? I've never even seen a fig that wasn't a fig Newton. But we were on a farm in Italy. We could use this in a delicious charcuterie board. So I said thank you, and she said something in Italian, and her dog said something that will probably get me demonetized, and we went our separate ways. And we set up to make a charcuterie board. The fig charcuterie board night was part charcuterie, part panic. Using the figs that we just got, we set up a delicious spread, many cheeses and crackers we were just about to enjoy, but then Grace said there's something in the chicken coop. We had access to their security camera around the farm so that we can keep an eye on things when it's nighttime. And Grace saw that on the camera there was a non-chicken shaped entity in the chicken coop. We didn't want to lose any of the chickens, so we ran out to make sure everything was okay and it wasn't a threat. And it wasn't a threat. It was a little baby owl. We were really freaked out that there was gonna be like a bloodbath that we'd have to deal with, but it was okay because the baby owl was just a little baby and he didn't want to hurt anybody, probably, maybe. Do owls even eat chickens? I don't know. He didn't run at all, and he was actually really sweet and chill. So that was nice.
Old ones
we took him out of the chicken coop, and we put him in the barn loft where there was a bunch of hay, and he could be warm for the night. So I'm thankful that everything worked out, but the trip wasn't completely casualty-less. There was one day, while I'm working on the farm, I see what I thought was a cat in the distance. It's kind of a weird looking cat. This, I would later learn, was not a cat and was the cause of some actual chicken loss. When the night comes around, there's another checklist that we have to go through, and one of the tasks is counting the chickens.
Did you see the list?
I missed the bottom part of the list.
Fart, I don't know. Pretend I wrote something funny.
Go through, and one of the tasks is counting the chickens. We counted the chickens, and there were not enough chickens. We looked for the chicken, and we could not find the chicken. Where was the chicken? We messaged the guy who actually owns the farm. And we're like, hey, we can't find one of the chickens, but the fence is completely closed in. Are we missing something? He mentions that there has been a fox roaming around and somehow probably got. Poor guy. Rest in peace, little chicken. So time passes, and I see again, hey, that isn't a cat at all, that's a fox. We stare each other down, kind of like that scene in Fantastic Mr. Fox, except this fox was not fantastic, and I didn't like him at all. That night, when we're closing up, we count the chickens and stuff, and we all go to sleep. As I'm drifting off, the dogs start to go ballistic, and I think, it's the fox. I am filled with farmer's determination, and I snap from dreamland into 100% lucidity. I run outside and instinctively grab a pitchfork and sprint towards the chicken coop like RoboCop if he had a different, more rural line of work. I turn the corner and there,
More rural.
Mr. Fantastic himself. There was a fence between me and him. I was battle ready, but I couldn't get to him. So my instinct set in, and I did what I could. And the day was won. The fox was gone and the chickens were safe. I think I actually did something there because after that night, he never came back. I also think I was ready to die because that night I dove.
Just makes a bunch of noise. I faced off with a raccoon last night.
What? Why?
I was leaving the condo, which is our new studio space that we're going to be shooting in going forward. I was working in the upstairs office, just like doing like sound pads and stuff like that. And I come outside and I see a raccoon and it just like looks at me. And I look at it and I'm thinking to myself, are raccoons confrontational? You know how like you ever stare down a dog and a dog will come and bite you? Like, I don't know if raccoons are the same way, but this one was looking at me like, yo, I'm gonna fuck you up.
I could take you.
My instinct was, let me record this in case shit goes down, the raccoon can get arrested.
That's definitely a 2000 moment. Let me record this battle I'm about to have with a raccoon.
And so the thing was, there was two of them. One was on the stairs, like looking at me, and one was down the bottom of the stairs looking at me, and they're both like, "What you want? Like, why are you snooping in our shit?" I'm just like, all right, let me walk this way.
That night, he never came back. I also think I was ready to die because that night I dove headfirst into a fox fight with zero fighting experience for some chickens that I've only known for a couple of days. I probably would have gotten really hurt if there was not a fence there. So I'll just pat myself on the back and call it a win. The rest of the experience was great. Italy has pizza. I'm sure that some of you may know that. In one of my previous videos, I talk about how I dislike French fry pizza. Try to make it myself, tasted it, tasted really bad. Not a good idea. But I had a couple of comments that told me in Italy, it is a thing. It's called American pizza and that I should try it. Well, I was in Italy. Guess what I ordered? American style pizza. And guess what? It was really good. I don't know how they pulled it off. Here, have a taste. Yeah. Tastes good. It's like Italians really know their pizza or something. Anyway, the farming was good. The dogs were lovely. The cats were chill. The goats took care of themselves. The sheep were super freaky. Beautiful scenery. The whole experience was great. And I would certainly go back. Thanks for watching. Thank you to Matt for animating. Matt had a big part of animating this video with me. Everybody clap for Matt. Okay, clap for me. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks again. See you later.
Oh, he has one with ADHD. I want to see that one.
Oh, I did that one already a while back. Check it out in your free time. He's one of my favorite creators. The way his brain operates and the way he conveys it in the cartoon always tickles me in the most unexpected of ways. You can literally do anything in animation. Like, what cracked you up was with the way you reacted to the fox. Have you done any farming yourself?
No.
I guess I could argue that my dad kind of grew up on a farm, sort of. Every time my dad tried to get me into the backyard to help him garden or something, I was just like, no, not now. I'd rather play Nintendo. Please, can I stop? I raked the leaves last summer. Isn't that good enough? You know what I'm saying?
I'm a plant daddy. I got a couple of plants. One of them is named T'Challa. Love them to death. And outside of those 2 plants, and I love them. I absolutely love my plants. But yeah, I don't think that's going to qualify me to raise any type of farm thing. No. But then again, with the price of eggs going up, I might buy some chickens.
Maybe we should all learn how to farm a little bit, because when things go south, like really bad, that's what it comes back to. Joe Rogan's got a great special where he talks, it's largely been forgotten. I forgot what it was called, Monkey Men or something like that, or Monkey Man Brain. I forgot what it was called. It was a very, very cool stand-up special on a small stage with an intimate crowd. It's hard to find now, but he talks about how most of us are dummies and we don't know how to do anything. He asked this great question. He goes, when the power goes out in your building, what do? I know what I do. I sit and I wait. I'm just like, he doesn't, because like you don't know how to do it. And that actually happened to me in this building where the power just went out on the block for like 12 hours. No internet, no nothing. Like I was using my backup power supplies just to like have continuous internet and whatever for a little bit, but then those died. It's like after that, I'm just screwed. Now what? I better go get a shotgun.
Oh, you went from 4 hours of sitting into the dark to I need a shotgun. Yeah. That was no gradual transition into that.
You ever try to like get by with candles? It's the worst. You're so used to and conditioned by artificial light that when you try to resort to candles, it just feels wrong and weird and difficult and cumbersome.
Really makes you appreciate people like Abraham Lincoln. I know he did something he read by candlelight.
That's probably how everybody did it. I'm sure a few houses caught on fire that way. Yeah, basic skills, man. Basic skills. I think we should all like take a summer at some point and learn to farm so we never have to do it again. While I was in Spain, I forgot the name of the dish, but there's like the dish of Spain, and it can be done with chicken, it can be done with fish or whatever. I did it, the seafood version of it, and I had to like literally break the shells off of prawns and take the poop string out of the prawn. Yeah, like I have not ever taken a chicken, killed it, and taken it all the way to the end. You know what I mean? I've never had to worry about taking the whole buffalo. It's just, I just take the breast from Costco and I cook it on my George Foreman. Preparing the food from like its original form is a totally different skill set, obviously. Achara was asking me like, what was your favorite part of Spain? Like, cause you went to so many places and did all these things. I'm like, making the food actually was my favorite part. It made me more of a well-rounded individual. Let's all go become a farmer for a summer in Italy. Y'all, thanks so much for hanging out. Hopefully you enjoyed this randomness. Make sure to follow SYNTELL, make sure to follow Ice Cream Sandwich, and if you could be so kind, follow this guy as well. Half Italian farmer. Half Italian anyway. I'm Jabby KOAY. This is...
Hey, it's your boy SYNTELL.
Peace out.